Capital Community Television, in cooperation with the United States Australian Football League, presents the 2016 USAFL Western Regional Tournament from Salem, Oregon. The next game will be featuring the LA Dragons and the Orange County Bombers in this Division 1 clash. And I'm joined here by Brian Barish from the USAFL. It's Anthony Lally, and we're excited to bring this game to you from Salem Cascade FC Complex. Brian?
I'm very excited, and hello everyone out there. Hello, Anthony. This is the final game of the 8 that we will have brought to you today. This is the final Division 1 game. There were 4 teams here in Division 1. These 2 teams, Los Angeles and Orange County. LA comes in with a record of 1-1. Orange County is 0-2. The other 2 teams, the Golden Gate Roos, they just finished that last game over on the opposite field. The Golden Gate Roos defeating the Denver Bulldogs to clinch the Division 1 championship. So this game is for second place and also to boost rankings in the USAFL Top 20 poll. We've been talking about it all day. The Orange County Bombers, last year's Division 1 runners-up, losing to Austin in the final game. They come in ranked number 3. However, they have struggled so far this season with numbers, as a number of their other players have left the team or have gone back to Australia. As far as the Dragons are concerned, they are the number 5 team. We've seen them in 2 games previously. They are 1-1, and we're about to watch this final game of the Western Regional Tournament.
And the umpire balls it up. Balls away to LA, pumped downfield by 36. That's Baggett. And we've got a scrap for the ball there. Orange County in the white, LA in the silver and aqua with the white shorts and orange socks. So 38 from LA, punches that one away. 25 his teammate, that's going to be Muntz. Can't quite grab it. So we've got OC with the ball now.
Here's Brad Weatherall coming up through the middle for Orange County. Long kick, and it is marked nicely.
Very good take.
And he took it, and
Plays
he gives it off to Dollar. Yep, up the left side. It'll one-hop again for Kenna. Kenna, who's done a great job all day, up that left side, and it's marked by 71 for LA, which is Jason Cornish. Cornish into the pocket. Oh, taken down without the ball. I don't think he had clean get. And in fact, that's what Dennis Ryan adjudicates. And it'll be a free kick.
So Dennis Ryan, of course, the USAFL president, also umpiring today, also announced and commentated for an earlier match.
And gave me an hour off. Oh, great spoil on the line. It's loose out in front. They go at it, they kick at it, and then they finally scramble it through for a behind, so a minor score.
Yeah, so that's LA Dragons are behind. So we're going to take 1 point for that. You'll see in the bottom left of your screen, you'll see a scoreboard, LA, G being goals, B being behind. There's 4 goalposts, all 6.4 meters apart. The center 2 posts are a goal, 6 points for a clean goal. 1 point for a behind, either defensively tapped through or a wide goal, a kick attempt.
And the kick in, after a behind, the defensive team kicks the ball in from the goal square, and that one is intercepted by Gabriel Martin Del Campo. So here is Martin Del Campo, whose kick is on the way. It is dead center perfect, and the first goal of the game to the LA Dragons. Go ahead.
Yeah, one goal, 1-7, and Del Campo, you saw, that was well within his range, but there's also been some wind pickup this afternoon, and so the team running from left to right has a tailwind behind them.
A little bit, and it's blowing across and sort of at camera, and that's the first real, I think there might have been a little bit of a breeze in the last game, but we haven't had to deal with this.
Up to now. So later in the afternoon here in Oregon, and still great weather, great for footy, not too hot, but the breeze playing a role.
Ball back in the center again as the ball gets knocked forward. Again, that's Kenna. Kenna just gets it away. He finds Baggett, who's Johnny on the spot. Left-footed kick as they enter the scoring zone again. It bounces through. Was that touched?
I don't believe so.
It wouldn't have mattered anyway. It's a behind as it goes through. So that's to
Baggett. That was a long roost. There you see that wind having an impact.
That must have been from about, we'll call that about 55 yards out. So LA has been on the front foot here in the opening minutes. That takes them on to 1-2-8. Orange County yet to score. These 2 teams met last week with LA winning by 86 points.
Clean mark, Chris Angus.
Here's Angus, one of the Aussies. He'll go out short, and he finds the number 29 in Adam Shanks.
So, and, Lamb Shanks is another Aussie boy, and he's done very well with them the last couple of seasons, being down in Southern California.
Robbie Deskin finds Del Campo. He goes in short looking for Cornish. Cornish goes across the middle. He finds Kenna again, who already is now up to about half a dozen touches.
And so OC have travelled a little bit light, and they've certainly lost some experience. Their president, who played through many years, Ferguson, hasn't travelled, and he stepped back from playing. Rutherford, sorry.
That's okay.
Has stepped back from playing, but so they've lost a little bit of that leadership on field.
As Del Campo shoots for a goal, but that just sneaks inside the behind post, so another point as that takes them on to 1-3-9. You would think, again, based on last week, again, an 86-point victory, Justin Hall kicked 5 goals in that game. Baggett, believe, also kicked 3 as well. So
Baggett bagged him.
Yeah, he did. There's 17 goals in that game. As they come out to the near side, and Del Campo again, that's the second intercept mark. He's going to play on quickly. Just does. Out to the far side, and it's marked defensively, and they needed that.
That's 99. That's Gareth Allen.
Yep.
Another strong player for the Bombers. So they're going to need these guys to stand up. And Gareth Allen punches that down. It's over on the far right wing. Just skips out on his teammate there, Alex Sandstrom.
Baggett finds Kenna. There's another touch for Kenna. Comes to the inside. Handballs it over to Green. Back to Baggett. Nice little passage of play. Kicks out one forward. Almost marked. In fact, juggled and marked by Jonathan Collins. So Orange County standing up to that. Not this time, though. They dropped it. They handball it across. Crash Boom Opera as Lokim almost looked like they clashed heads for a second, but I think they're okay. And then he's carried them. I think the ball went out of bounds.
Without the ball or out of bounds?
I think the ball, Dennis Ryan is awarding a free kick here.
There you go.
I thought the ball was out of bounds, but in fact it's a free kick to Orange County.
So getting a bit of loft. Remember, they're kicking into that breeze, so it's going to sit up, creates more of a contest. Dollars there scrapping on the ground. Won't come away with it. Umpire Ryan. Held without the footy is the call.
We could hear that nice and clear.
So we're going to have a free kick to the Bombers. This is number 39, Lorsietti. He's going to kick that downfield. He's looking for a line, looking for a teammate. Here we go.
Been around the team a couple of years. Nice mark.
Well done. Under a little bit of pressure. Just got a good line ahead of the ball, Mounts.
Looking for Weatherall in the middle of the ground. Has to handball back to go forward. Okay to do that. He does to Allen. Allen goes deep up the right side. It'll roll. It'll bounce. It'll skip. Picking it up and then getting pushed out there was Collins again.
Yeah, just misses that one. Had a good pressure on him from the Dragons defender. Can't see a number. So we're going to have a boundary throw. Players getting settled here. Looking for space, scanning.
Orange County, by the way, Anthony, I mentioned last year they were Division I runners-up. They lost to Austin. They've actually made the Division I Grand Final each of the last 2 seasons, and they lost to New York back in 2014.
Yeah, so they were 3rd nationally ranked coming into this tournament. Like I said, travel light. I think the panel, this game's important for them. The panel will review, travelling roster, etc. But Golden Gate Roos laid down some markers today for sure.
This is, and there's only one game next week. Ohio Valley, the River Rats, who are ranked number 16 in the USAFL poll, and Nashville, who's ranked number 20. We'll get to that in a second. Orange County kicks it in. That one is marked defensively.
That's Baggett.
Baggett with another touch. He and Kenna have gotten a lot of them. He'll go out onto the left foot, and he finds a teammate. And then up the side, actually, I think that was Kenna. And now he finds Green. Green will have a couple of bounces. He'll handball it in the middle for Kenna, who's running through. I think that's possession number 10. And that one goes in short and then picked up by Allen. Allen throws it onto the right foot, up that side. Mark, no!
Well done.
That's a specky.
Yeah, raised the knee. That was Gary Green.
That was that I believe we've seen some good marks, but that's the first specky that we've seen. And there's a kick up that right side.
So back from Allen.
And that one will 1-hop. It'll 2-hop into the middle.
Yeah, so we got...
and this one's coming back.
Yeah, we had a tackle without the ball there, so it's going to be a free kick for Orange County.
Getting back to what we were talking about with the...
rankings.
With the rankings. So that's it. So really, this is going to... And, of course, LA playing Orange County last week. This is going to really shake up the standings, not only at the top, because you're going to have the 4 teams, the 4 teams that played here. They're going to have to look and see...
Good mark plucked out by Descant, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. You're going to have to see, the panel's going to have to see how they relate to some of the other teams. Dallas, Calgary, who, sort of an unknown commodity because they're Canadian.
Yep.
And then, of course, we saw Sacramento just jump up to beat Seattle, and that's going to be in their minds
That
as
was
well.
a nail-biter, too.
Oh, my goodness. I think Seattle's going to be, and you could see it at the end of the game, they were really upset to have lost that because they knew that they had it right in their grasp, but...
So that was Ellis trying to control that one down, and he's pumped it up to his teammate. Looking back, Ellis again, the 1-2. Down that right flank.
Nice mark. Looked like Andre Jansen with the mark on that far side for the LA Dragons, who lead 9-0 here in the first half of the final game here in this Division I competition. Out on the right side, they look, and now they kick that one up. Oh, and again, Green was trying to go over the top, and I think he's going to actually get called for pushing the back. So good job, good effort, but didn't come off almost again, and then bag it again, and he couldn't get to it. Now he does, picks it up and throws that onto the right foot. It'll two-hop in right to Allen. Long handball, and then they're going to do a little 1-2 with Muntz. Those two have played together a long time as they kick that one up on the side. Over to get it is McGovern again for Los Angeles. And then the ball is over into the middle now, and here's Allen again. He's up to about 10 touches. Long ball, bounces inside. It's a one-on-one foot race, and they're going to knock that one back towards the goal. Grigg can't get to it. He sticks on his man, and the ball finds the boundary line for another throw-in.
So, yeah, will be a throw-in, but good turn and chase there from 53 Grigg.
Yeah, Orange County waking up a little bit, which is good to see.
Absolutely, but it's been a long day. I mean, these guys have played a couple of games already, so certainly attritional.
I'll say that, and we've mentioned this a couple of times during the games that we've done today, Anthony, is that, again, at least the weather conditions are cool enough. I mean, you're still running around on this massive field, but at least it's not 95 degrees. As Del Campo wriggles free, that's a long torpy, and it bounces out into the middle, picked up again by Allen, who comes across there for 29.
And Shanks, he's torped that down.
Shanksy.
It's right in front of the goal face. 15 from the Bombers.
He's
going
got
to
it.
have a strike.
It's a goal.
So that's going to be Henry's.
Andrew Henry's running onto the ball. Oh, wait, timeout. That's a behind.
It's a behind.
Oh, but you know what? I saw Mackenzie Sakura. I saw her. I saw her put out the one, but I thought it was there. So it looked pretty good. So it's 9-1 is
that's
the score.
That's the first score, but great lead-up work by Lambshanks.
Yep. I got excited because it looked like it came in, but in fact it was behind, rightly called. So it's 9-1. A little bit disappointing that they finally get forward, and here's LA back the other direction. You know what's throwing me off is those orange socks. They're so bright. They look like those ear protectors that you buy at the Home Depot. They're the ones that I bought when I went to the NASCAR race a couple of months ago.
So here we go. A ball up. Unplayable.
Wow.
A good check.
Yeah, that was, I might have been a little high.
Check 1-2.
Yep. They give that one back. Long
and
kick
Gary Green
inside. That one went to the ground.
No.
And off the deck, they pick
There's
it up.
Shanks.
And here's Shanksy. He'll go in short. Marked nicely. I believe that was Allen again.
Play on quickly. He's looking. Oh.
Went out for Schumacher. Couldn't grab it. He's going to cap. That's got to be high.
So 31, Michael Birch got in trouble there. Just reached way too high.
We still haven't figured out who 92 is for Los Angeles, have we? No, we haven't. But in any event, he was the one that earned the free kick. There was a handball on to 22, who is Jansen again. Jansen up on that far side, and again, that was Allen, who just got a fingernail to it, and over and out it goes for a boundary throw-in. It's Elizabeth Danielson from the Sacramento Lady Suns is there. Again, we have some of our other players volunteering in the umpire roles. Here's Gareth Allen, who picks it up, gets away from his man, tries to go up the corridor, and that's going to go out. And the question is yeah, it looks like it did find the field of play. We'll have a boundary throw-in, Anthony.
Yeah, so of course running over the boundary on the bounce is going to be a throw-in. Clearing it on the full is going to be a free kick.
Yeah.
So you'll see that difference. Sometimes on the far side of the field it's difficult for us. We'll do our best to catch those for you.
Ball back in the play
there you
now,
go.
And they find as he spears out
play on quickly.
Cornish, he's going to play on quickly.
Dollar pumps it down.
Dollar looking deep off the mitts, down to the ground it goes. Nice little stiff arm. They'll go in short. Did he get it? Yeah, he did. And then it's taken by Chris D'Augusto, who's going to go back. Now he's got some options to his right if he wants in Del Campo, but he would love something in the middle, and that's what he's going to find. A nice
well
mark.
done. Good line. Well picked out. Great mark. So a little bit of pressure there, but he got the lead. He got the line in front of the ball. So this is our unlisted 92. And he's wearing some sort of undershirt. So unfortunately, his shoulders are covered, which is very against the spirit of Australian rules football.
Unless it's long sleeves. It's long sleeves or
long
go
sleeves
home.
or no sleeves, right?
Out to the left side, almost marked again by L.A. They've got some coverage there. That's off some fingertips. He's going to turn and fire, but hang on, it's going to be a free kick.
Yeah, whistle came up early there from umpire Ryan.
It did, and I'm wondering if I'm actually a little surprised they didn't call advantage. But in any event,
but Locum was still happy to snap it over like it could have been a goal.
Yeah, it could be. Well, in any event, I think they're going to get it anyway. Well, I mean, he at least wanted to, he kept going, which was a good thing.
All right, so here we go. 51, LA Dragons. That's going to be Drummond. He's going to line it up, and he's going to make sure of it.
Yep. And there it is. So.
Yep. So Drummond, that's a goal. That's confirmed. We saw the goal umpire. So that's LA 2 goals, 3, 15.
Mm-hmm. Orange County
1.
Yeah, L.A. and you know what? It's we saw them go down hard to Denver a little bit earlier, and I think L.A. overall has to be really happy of their weekend. I mean, it's still more than a half a footy left as we see the kick here from Drummond from straight out in front. You don't miss very many of those, especially from 10 meters out. But they've always been a team that has been very, very confident. John Fragamini, who was their coach up until this year. Justin Hall has really done a lot. This is a team, obviously Fragamini stepping down. But the Dragons, it's one of the situations where when they have a coaching change, that really tends to show you the makeup of a team, and they seem to be doing well.
Absolutely.
Up on that far side.
Oh, loses the footing there on the way through 5. That's Weatherall, yep.
Yep, he gets it. He's pretty easy to pick out in the salt and pepper hair, and then Chris Baggett sits on him, and Weatherall is slow to get up. I don't think there was anything. He's checking his head for
nothing
blood.
Malicious. Hopefully he's
not
okay.
at all. Yeah, not at all, and Baggett was checking on him. I mean, you see that a fair bit, but that's one. I mean, it's a contact sport, and he spears that one on through, but that one is intercepted, and back the other way come the Dragons. And it is marked. So we're playing a little aerial ping pong as again. That's Allen. Right-footed kick in short. Almost taken. Knocked out by Del Campo. Gathering it again.
So
there
Angus
was
handballs out.
Yep.
And who ends up with that?
Schumacher.
That's Schumacher.
He's like an F1 racer.
He is. Dollar pings that back nicely onto 53, his teammate. That's going to be Grigg. Grigg pumps it down over to the right side, but we've got a bomber there scrapping for the ball on the ground. It comes out loose.
Months rather. They stay with it.
Cummins disposes the ball.
Weatherall
again.
And then it gets out off the left side.
Just tough to get into a rhythm here for either team. They're really pushing hard. Anytime there's a spoilt ball, a dispossession.
And a whistle, and that's going to be a tackle without the ball, says Dennis Ryan. So another free kick as, again, in comes Angus. And it's kicked out to the far side.
So who are you backing, Black Angus or Lamb Shanks?
I'm more of a beef eater. Nice, almost over the top. I mean a real beef eater, not a British beef eater. And the ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. I just want to say the food here was really good.
Yeah, so we were fortunate to be able to have an Oregon food truck, which is a little bit of a cultural phenomenon in these parts.
Yeah.
So we had an Oregon food truck here for lunchtime. Everybody thoroughly enjoyed it. It certainly good. Added to the day. And later on, we'll be having a function at a local brewery, Vagamon Brewing. So the Willamette Valley, known for its wine and craft beer.
Yeah, and I'll say this is the first time I've been down here. I've been to Portland before it's as one smothered off the foot of Allen. But this is the first time I've been to Salem, and it's really beautiful here. Really enjoying my time out here. So our thanks to Travel Salem for helping put this on as the Bombers looking to travel inside a little bit. Dollar does a great job of staying with it. There's a kick. It'll one hop in for Baggett. So Baggett will run on. He'll kick it with his left. It's going to carry and drop in front of Lokim and then knocked forward by the fullback. He almost gets stripped of the ball, does Lorsadie.
So we are seeing the effect of that breeze. You know, we had a little bit of mistiming there. Baggett pumped it way further than his teammate Lokum was expecting, and then we saw a high lofter there from Orange County.
Cornish had it, and now it's into the middle. And then getting away from Schumacher, they go out to the near side. Here's Martin Del Campo. Well, he ran past it, does a good job to get it. He shakes away from one tacker. He throws it in and wide open, and he's going to go in and shank it.
He's rushed it.
Oh, my goodness.
So that's a shame, but that was Olsen.
Who kicked a really good goal earlier today, yeah.
Unmarked mark, and then played on with no pressure. So he, a little bit of fatigue setting in on the decision-making, but they certainly had the run there. Del Campo made that opportunity for sure.
Yeah, and you know what? Again, it's 16-1 here, and LA way out in front and dominating. Well, not dominating. They seem to have more of the play, more of the run of play.
So right on the cusp of halftime here, we shouldn't see too much more play before a break, and I'm sure the players will welcome it.
Yep. Oh, Baggett comes in and another. That's the third intercept off the kick-in. And the other two out of that's 3 out of 4. The other 2 was from Martin Del Campo.
They'll be ruining the lack of accuracy there, the Bombers.
Yeah. Although you could say that the Dragons could be talking about 2 goals, 4 behinds. So here is Baggett. Let's see if he can bag it.
I think I'm going to call him Burley Baggett from now on.
I like that. Kick is up on the way.
He's got plenty behind that.
But not the accuracy.
Yeah,
so another behind.
Good length behind. He'd be a little bit disappointed, but it was a long-range shot.
So 2-5-17 Los Angeles. And you know what? And I was about to say, Anthony, is that, they're ahead by 16 points. They seem to be getting most of the domination in terms of offense. But at the same time, they also have only connected on 2 of 7 scoring shots. And when you play a good team like Denver, or when you play a good team like Austin or New York at Nationals, you're going to need to be a little bit better.
Yeah, some of that accuracy they'll be disappointed with. And have we got another intercept? Oh,
no, it was very close.
It was.
But the ball has gone out of bounds, and that's halftime. So the first 20 minutes of this final game have come and gone. The Los Angeles Dragons have had most of the say and most of the sway of play in it. And at halftime, it's the Los Angeles Dragons, 2 goals, 5 behind, 17 points. Orange County, 1 behind only. Both teams showing a little bit of fatigue in this third and final game of the season.
Definitely, and great to see a few of those marks picked off by Baggett. He's had a few good strikes. I did like to see earlier in the half, saw Shanks, Weatherall really trying to make things happen in the midfield for Orange County. So hopefully in the second half, we will see them come out and really close out the game and the tournament well. We'll
see what happens when we come back. Stick around a little bit as we bring you some of the best of Australian football here in the U.S. And as we mentioned, the sport is growing, the teams are growing. We want you to be a part of it. Here's how. We'll be back to the second half of this one when we come back to CCTV.
Support for tonight's program was provided by MAPS Credit Union, premier sponsor of Salem Kaiser Schools. Visit one of our convenient locations in the Willamette Valley or our website, mapscu.com. And by Les Schwab Tire Centers, doing the right thing since 1952. Experience the Les Schwab difference at your neighborhood Les Schwab Tire Center or visit us on the web at leschwab.com.
Great competition and a feeder competition there to the AFL.
You're the truest form of an athlete playing footy. You got to cover long distances, got to be able to have endurance, be quick, athletic, sprint, be strong, and have skill at the same time. And I think that if you fancy yourself an athlete, this is a sport.
Well, everyone plays offense and defense, and everyone is a skilled player. You need to have reasonable endurance, reasonable speed, reasonable strength. There's no restrictions on how tall you need to be. Some guys can be, high 6 feet. Some people are in there 5'5", so it doesn't discriminate against anyone. Anyone can play. The thing that Americans would find particularly exciting about it is the fact that it's so fast-paced. The game's continuous. It doesn't stop. The game just continues to keep rolling.
Future of the game, I think that we need to get into more colleges. You look at a team like Minnesota and what they're able to do with college scholarships. Kids going over to Australia for a semester and then come back and they're helping with Minnesota's team. I think that's where our real development's going to come in, and I think we need to really foster the college game.
It's a sport that's really growing, not only in Australia, but all around the world. And there's been a few signings of young American college players in the last few years that have made the transition to our sport and done really well.
So a wide range of ages and fitness levels, and it's really a sport for anybody.
So I looked up Aussie rules on YouTube, and I thought it was really cool, and that's how I found out about it.
It brings together certain elements from all different sports. Sometimes you might not be the top 1% of a particular sport, but you can use what you know about that sport, and it all is applied very well in Aussie rules football.
Just check out if there's a club in your local area, and from my own experience, both Aussies and Americans in the club are really welcoming, and they took good care of me, so they'll definitely look out for you, and it's a good time.
We're back here for the final half of the final game of the 2016 USAFL Western Regional Tournament. The LA Dragons leading the Orange County Bombers 17-1. Brian Barish alongside Anthony Lally. Anthony, it's been a long day, and we have 20 minutes left, but before we get to the end and we can go on and do all that other stuff that you do, as you do at the normal end of a long sporting day such as this, we have 20 more minutes of football, and the question is will the Bombers be able to salvage anything from this game?
I think so. I mean, I think there's there's definitely some good performances in them. There have been pockets of good play. They just, there's definitely a bit of a sharper counter-attack opportunity that the Dragons have taken. The umpire's just calling them over. But look, what a fantastic day of football. We've seen some excellent games, excellent skill. Not only have we seen some people come together and play really cohesively as a team in a few examples, especially in the ladies bracket where we've had teams meet and work together for the tournament. But, there's been some individual performances, even in teams that haven't performed well, that have been really notable. And I think having the USAFL, Revo and Freedom coaches here has been a good incentive for individual players to keep working hard. And look, it's been a great spectacle. I know we've had a lot of people come by, families, friends, local interested people come and watch. And really excited to close this out. A little bit sad that the day's over already, but it's been a great tournament.
And before I forget, and while we can, I just want to, on behalf of the league and on behalf of the USAFL, thank Alan and everybody at CCTV, including the folks out here, for being out here, all their hard work to bringing this tournament to life. Not only at bringing this tournament, out on to TV, not only here in the Salem area, but also around the country, across the world. We appreciate it as more than you guys will ever know. Here is Orange County as the second half starts. Mounts goes in deep as the Bombers trying to get something going, and it's going to end up being a free kick out of all of that to the number 22, who is Andre Jensen, for the Los Angeles Dragons, who has had a bag of touches today. And he goes and finds, guess who? Baggett. Baggett up the right side. He handballs it across for Kenna, who also has developed a little bit of leather poisoning. The ball takes a funny hop, bounces straight back, and then Green comes over and punches the ball out of bounds. 17-1, Los Angeles the lead.
So, Australian rules football, you talked about leather poisoning, is a bit unique. We've seen a lot of ball technology advance in various football sports, but Australian rules football is still really, really traditional with the leather football. Still very much that, weather takes a play, etc. In rugby and soccer and other things, we've had the ball, really transition from the 70s, 80s, 90s into synthetic materials. So.
Right. Although the interesting thing, if you've never seen an Australian football before, and chances are, unless you follow Aussie rules, you probably haven't, is that ball is smooth.
Oh, yeah.
There is no grips on it, and the ball slips out of your hands just like that did over there to Paul Locum. And he is held up, and we will have a ball up on that far boundary line.
Yeah, so sometimes you're watching the players, they're milling around, the ball skidding around on the ground, you just think, somebody just grab it. But it's not that easy all the time. You've got the pressure of the other players, you've got the smooth surface of the ball, you've got the playing surface. So
Schumacher taking down 71 there, who is Cornish. We can nickname him the Hen. Well, that would be a little weird, but, Cornish Hen, And that one goes in deep, marked nicely. I haven't seen Justin Hall as much. I'm wondering if he's still healthy or if he's just
He may have been substituted.
That's in as they go in short, and it's marked again by Thomas Grigg. So LA trying to add to their total, up 16 points here, 17-1. They've only converted on 2 of 7 scoring shots, as you can see. So here is Greg will go back. The kick is up on the way.
So up into that breeze, sits up just short of the goal.
The pack flew, and then it's cleared out by Orange County as they try to hit on the counter, but going through nicely and almost getting it with Schumacher, and then he sat on it. It's going to be high contact, and it'll be a free kick to Orange County as Schumacher caught a knee up to the head. So he handballs on, and the kick is taken up on that far side, marked nicely there by John Case, and he is on the case for Orange County. So we try to get our puns out while we can. That one will pop up into the air, and then a handball across.
Yeah, that was Jansen got it across over to his teammate there.
Well, here's Del Campo.
Yeah,
He'll go out into the middle, almost taken again by Case, who is starting to assert himself a little bit. It's paddled along, and then Muntz with a long handball back as Angus had to punch it forward. Otherwise, he would have lost control. And then that one they're told to play on as Del Campo goes up that far side. It will sail. It will bounce away from Cornish and ball go out of bounds. We were talking about how the ball has no grips on it. We've had dry conditions today for the most part. When it rains, it gets pretty bad.
It's the bar of soap.
When I was a kid in summer camp in Philadelphia, we used to have a game where they greased a watermelon and put it into a swimming pool, and they had 2 teams of kids to push it onto the other side. And that's basically what that is. It's a greased watermelon. First of all, the ball's about the size of a blue ribbon watermelon, and this is about the size of the field's about the size of a watermelon.
So that game must be a Philly thing, because I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, our day camp was a little weird.
All right, ball up. Here we go. Let's cut it off there.
There we go.
So that's going to beat everybody over the boundary line, and we can see the trees whipping up now, a bit of a breeze across the far side of the ground. So that's definitely favouring Orange County.
This is the hardest that the wind has blown all day, and it's waited until the end of the day to do it. As they get rid of it up into the middle, and it is not marked there by D'Agostino. At Orange County, or LA will keep it going through low. Kim will pick it up. He's got all sorts of room. Has one bounce. He's going to steady himself. He's going to go into the middle, and he got a great mark by Olsen again, who was wide open. And when he kicked that ball, I was thinking, why didn't you take a second bounce and have a shot? Instead, he finds Olsen, and if Olsen kicks a goal, then they all prove me wrong. This will be into the wind.
Yeah, it was a very good chip kick, and it was judged very well considering the wind. So Olsen's got that wind in his face. The ball rises. It sits high.
Perfect.
Yes. So that's a goal, Olsen. So now 3 goals, 5. So that gets us up to 23. Orange County just with the 1 scorer behind 1. So 23-1. There's a little bit of oomph gone out of both teams, I think, last half of the day. And the breeze kicking up. The struggles are getting a little tougher. The battles are getting a little harder. But there's certainly some good performances. It was great to see Adam Shanks run down up there before on D. We just need to see through the end of the game. Hopefully we get some more highlights we can view.
Yeah, and hopefully nobody gets hurt. That's important as well. As we go again in the middle of the ground, it's contained, and then around getting it, I believe, was Kenna. And that one, immaculate receptions off of a couple of players.
Yeah, Cornish and Shanks went up for that. So corned lamb Shanks.
Oh, wow, see, now you're just making me hungry.
All right.
Right here. Meanwhile, in the middle of the ground, here is D'Agostino again as he goes in. Nice
well
mark
plucked.
going down again by Cornish. So Cornish directing traffic. He'll go in short, and it is short, and that's going to find Kenna, and Kenna is going to kick a goal.
So, mate, that was a lucky bounce, but great reflexes, great hands. Kenna scooped that one up, kick back, off break into his hands. 2 more paces, kicks it through. So that's number 19, Justin Kenna. It's another goal for the Dragons. We are now up to, here's the replay. Watch this ball come down. A good diving attempt. Kicks up 2 paces, sets himself, squares the hips, straight through. So we have now 4 goals, 5 behinds, 29 for the LA Dragons.
And the key to a good forward, and I think you know this as well as anybody, is that it's just following the play up. And that's the key, is when you train, and you know, we're seeing the games, and not too many people, I guess, know about footy trainings. One of the biggest things that was drilled into me is that many of the trainings is you're in line waiting for the next drill, for your turn in the drill, but you always have to be alert. You are always in the drill. You're always following the play
always
because
moving.
of things like that.
Exactly,
And you're
always
always
moving.
moving. Shanks.
Pops it over the top. He's going to pay that. So that's Ellis takes a clean mark. Plays on quickly. Shanks loops around. Has a run. Looking for an option midfield.
Nope.
Plucked out from Baggett. He's a brute. He's going to play across quickly to Kenner. He's having a look around the left flank. He decides to go back in field.
Green, and he had all sorts of options, and so does Green. He's got Dollar on the near side. Instead, he's going to go to Ken.
He's going to go back.
Ken is going to kick that one over Dollar, and almost taking it again was Cornish. He bumps Muntz off the ball, or check that was Shanks. And then a handball across, trying to get away was Lokim, and then it comes back up to Muntz, and then coming through with it is
Munson
Collins, and now up on the far side, picked up, and here it is, kicked out into the middle of the ground. 2-on-1, but the Bombers get it. They handball it around, picked off nicely, but no, that's going to be holding the ball. No advantage played, so here is Green again, who will go in short, and that one is knocked away by Orange County.
Yeah, well spoiled.
And now here come the Dragons back the other way. Kenna again up the right side. Cornish tries to corral it. He gets away from Shanks momentarily, forced into the errant handball. Del Campo is able to have it sit for him, and then he wheels around and kicks that one up to his right, but a can of corn catch made by Chris Angus.
Yep. There we go. Angus back into the midfield.
Nice
that
mark.
was well taken.
Yeah.
High above his head, under a little bit of pressure, plays on quickly, wants to make something happen here late in the day.
We've seen some good marks.
We have. Well, I think the weather's played a role too. Not too hot, so going back, we don't have that sort of greasy ball. Baggett kicks across, taken well by McKenna Kenna midfield. Plays on quickly, 22. Jansen runs through, right in midfield. Pumps it up inside the 50. Plucked out. So nice mark by OC. And so we've got a short kick there. Played on quickly to Gareth Allen in the midfield. Grounds the ball. Punts it downfield. 26 from OC Collins. He's hungry for the ball. Takes a mark. He was very hungry for the ball.
Very hungry.
So he's got a breeze behind him. He's 40-odd metres out, well within his range. He's a strong kick. See if he's going to... Yeah, he's just doing a wind check there. So could this be the opening goal for OC? They really want to finish strong here and pick up some points.
There it is. That's a goal.
Well done. Good goal. He was hungry for the ball. Did well. Called out. Ran to space. So we've got 26... OC, Jonathan Collins. Is that a drink?
I think it is.
1 goal. So we have 1 goal, 1-7. So still trailing LA 29-7. But great to see them string together some kicks, clean marks into space, and get that opportunity.
Still plenty of time left for the Bombers here, as they're only down really by 4 straight kicks. But they're going to need to do that in a hurry. The fact that have been able to string those together have been pretty good considering this late in the day.
Well, of course, as you can see, Brian, you can get from one end of the field to the other very, very quickly sometimes.
Yeah. So as it turns out, as much as I've flown around, the shortest point between 2 straight lines is a straight line. The shortest distance between 2 points
is a straight
line. It's not the cheapest, however.
Correct.
And here is Baggett, who steps up and takes yet another mark. I really wish we could see some statistics here as they find Lokim up on that far side.
Lamb
Shanks.
Lamb Shanks gets those shanks off the ground. Gets nice and high, and he's been busy.
He has been busy. And you know what? It's you look at the score, they're down 22 points, but they're getting possessions, and they're getting useful possessions. It's just that when they get up to a certain point, they're not really getting anything forward, except for that 1 goal.
Yeah, and getting continuous disposals from some of their midfield players has been tough.
Going in short.
So they're on ballers. Their disposal numbers have been a little lean just because that possession has been tough to come by. When you've got guys like Baggett on lockdown, there you go again. Look,
there it is. I'll tell you what, he's got to be up there in best and fairest. And they find that across the Canada. By the way, each of the divisions that we've seen today will have a best and fairest, and that will be announced after our broadcast. So if you want to check out all the action and see who won what, you can go to USAFL.com.
Well taken into the sun, into the wind. So I think that was Yoakum again.
Yep, Locum.
Locum, sorry.
That's okay.
So there he is. He just took that one, so he's going to size it up.
He's been very busy as well as Paul Locum. And so we'll have the awards a little bit later. So again, USAFL.com, our Facebook at facebook.com/USAFL, and USAFL 1997 on Twitter. As the ball skitters by, a couple of players picked up there by 35, who is Osterholm. And then we have a whistle as he was taken down, and it's going to be a free kick to Orange County coming out.
So we've got about 6.5 minutes to go here in the second half, and OC still trying to string it together.
Trying to string something together at the very least. And you know, at this point, they are really playing for pride, and you knew it was going to be a tough go this weekend, considering, as we mentioned, the tough offseason that they have, losing so many players. But as they go inside, almost taking the mark there.
Yeah, no, half break here, but a weekend like this is really important to continue to work hard and improve as a team. You know, it's still mid-season.
Yes.
Okay, so we've still got some USAFL games to go. We obviously have the Nationals to look forward to. Obviously this weekend a little bit of a dent in that momentum for Nationals, but you know, they're a strong club with deep roots. Whoa!
Oh, over everybody, and that sounded like it hurt.
So hopefully Baggett's okay there.
Yeah.
He went up hard again.
Yeah, we got players strewn all over the ground as Baggett's still rolling around, and that isn't good. He is, I don't know what it is. We'll keep an eye on him, and they're going to blow play dead as they shut heads. Up short.
Okay, so we're just going to take a short injury spell here. The umpires are just making sure Baggett's okay. I think he just probably got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, it looks like, but he's gotten up here.
He's gotten up, so umpire Ryan's going to bring things back.
Yep, and it's going to end up being a ball up.
Yeah, just a ball up, I think, to continue play.
Yeah, we talk about the national championships here, Anthony, and of course the national championships in Sarasota, Florida, at the Premier Sports complex. Getting up high for the ruck there was Michael Birch. Wow, that's pretty high. I don't think I've seen anybody jump that high from the ruck. Here's Martin Del Campo. Again, October 15th and 16th at the Premier Sports Campus in Sarasota, Florida. So that should be a great weekend. We'll have 40 teams and over 1,000 players as Allen wraps his man up. Controlled by Los Angeles momentarily. And then here is Shanks again, who lost it. And then it pops to Schumacher. Throws it onto the left. Marked by Iokum. No, it didn't go 15 meters, so play on to Martin Del Campo. Little handball across. Here's Locum again. Or check that, he's at the end of this kick. Ooh. And then out into the middle. Picked up nicely. He's going to square himself up and kick for goal. An empty goal square, and it rolled over.
Yes.
Wow. Great job there by Chris D'Agostino, who squared himself up, and he got a little bit of luck on the end of that.
So that's the 5th goal now for LA. So 5 goals, 35. Because that's 5 times 7, right?
Yes.
I remember my times tables.
Good.
So 5 goals, 5, 35 to 1 goal, 1, 7.
That's it. It's just the 7's multiplication tables.
That's right. Times tables I was raised to call it multiplication tables. You know, add more syllables if you can.
It's the same.
Right?
It's the same thing. Anyway, ball back in the center again. And a little bit of push from Birch.
So another ball up.
Dennis Ryan is the president of the USAFL, the gentleman in the orange shirt and the hat who's an umpire. Can't say enough about how much he's done for the league in the 2 years that he's done, and really also helping to enable us do these broadcasts, which is fantastic. As the long kick up, Lisorti, and then that one is punched forward, or at least backward by Orange County as number 15 had it, and then he is dispossessed by Baggett. He's got to be up there for best and fairest, Anthony. He absolutely has to be. 92 picks it up. There's a little handball back. Spinning away is Locum. Locum will run up that far side. And then that one will go up the corridor.
Ooh.
Marked again. And then kicked into the middle, looking again for D'Agostino, but instead finding Carl Unterlenker.
So there's a bit of a German theme to a few names out here.
Yeah, Unterlechner and Schumacher, and up they go, and it's taken. He's going to shimmy to the left, shimmy to the right, handball into the middle, and then Allen's going to run on against Kenna. Kenna wraps him up. The ball spills free. Picked up again by 53 as he handballs it into the middle. Orange County still going after it here, as they should. Muntz has it, gets it back to a defender, and then it's cleared to safety, up into the middle of the ground, and then it pops up in the air, running onto it again. There's a handball. Again, that's Lokim. So Lokim up the right side, and it's marked again by Martin Del Campo.
And we're inside the last 2 minutes.
So Los Angeles is going to finish in second place in Division I with a record of 2-1.
And they've had the run of the last few minutes.
Yeah. Orange County will have lost all 3 of their games with, as we mentioned earlier, the Golden Gate Roos finishing at 3-0. Our congratulations to them, Lee Barnes and company, and finishing in third place of the Denver Bulldogs. And of course, earlier you saw the Sacramento Suns winning the Division II men's, and the Portland Steelheads and Minnesota Freeze combination winning the women's division. Mark taken there by 24 for Orange County, who is unlisted. So he's going to stand back and take a look around. Kick that one up the left side. Marked nicely. That was a tough one, and it was Andrew Henry.
So last minute here, OC looking to push hard, close out on a good note. And he would have had that one again.
Yep. There's Baggett. Throws it onto the left, just gets it out of danger.
So many disposals, so many marks.
Lokim was knocked off the ball there by Schumacher. Here's Del Campo, who finds Lokim. He'll go back into the middle. L.A. at times has looked very clinical, except for right there when Timothy Ellis picks off that short kick. Angus has Shanks with him, a little bit of an entourage, and he's just going to go up short. Probably would have wanted that back too.
Oh, here we go, Kenna. He's
all sorts of decisions. Instead, he goes up short.
Oh.
Probably should have picked something else. Shanks touches it to the ground. Smothered by Baggett. All over the place.
Here we go. Can they have a crack?
Lasorti.
Looking for support.
And he is thrown off the ball, and that's holding the ball. I think that would have been close, but Dennis Ryan on the spot calls that one correctly.
Very experienced.
So here's Green out of the back, as we are in the red time, as you say. We have getting pretty near the end of this final game here. Up, good punch. And here they come back the other direction, Muntz. Handballs to Shanks. Shanks running up now, inside, just out the outside of the 50. He kicks for goal. It's going to carry, but it's off to the left.
And that could be the last say.
It could be, and
it
is.
It is. So we've had it behind there.
Yep.
So we close out with a score from the Bombers. That makes it 1-8. So convincing winners, LA Dragons 35 defeating Orange County 8. And Brian, as you said, really exciting Division 1 grouping with Denver, Golden Gate, LA and Orange County. Golden Gate Roos going 3-0. Really sending a signal out. I'm sure there'll be interested parties elsewhere in the country, other clubs. And LA started off great, but Denver also had a great performance. I mean, we saw some good things.
We saw a lot of good performances up and down the board on the men's side and the women's side. Absolutely wonderful day of footy, as you said, Anthony. Really across, we've seen some great marks, some great goals, and some great... It's just the USAFL regionals are absolutely wonderful events, and this one was no exception. And once again, our thanks to the folks here in Salem for helping us put on this great tournament. And again, our thanks to Alan and everyone else at CCTV who've done a great job bringing you these pictures, all the cameramen, all the technical folks, and also to you, Anthony, for doing a fantastic job on the call here, bringing this tournament to life. That's going to do it for us.
Brian.
You're quite welcome. Go back and watch all the games. It was an absolutely wonderful day of footy. For Anthony Lally and for everyone else here, once again, the final score in the final game, the LA Dragons 35, the Orange County Bombers 8. Until next time, this is Brian Barish. Enjoy your footy wherever you may be.
Support for tonight's program was provided by MAPS Credit Union, premier sponsor of Salem Kaiser Schools. Visit one of our convenient locations in the Willamette Valley or our website, mapscu.com. And by Les Schwab Tire Centers, doing the right thing since 1952. Experience the Les Schwab difference at your neighborhood Les Schwab Tire Center or visit us on the web at leschwab.com.